All right. I want to first share my screen and confirm I can share my screen on this one. Yeah, share the screen. Oh, okay. All right. So it's working then. It's working. Yeah. Share the screen. Please don't okay, yeah. I'm not on share. All right, no problem. Yeah, so sorry guys. So I've reached out to him and he just created a new meeting link because I think there's a problem, there's a glitch with this one. When we try to share our screen, it keeps disconnecting. So I'll send the new meeting link to the chat now. So please, you can join. I just sent it to the chat now. Pinned it. Okay, let me see if I can pin it. Okay, so I've pinned the new meeting link. So just join that, please. Sorry about that. So just join the new meeting link and then we can start on that other yeah, platform. Thank you. His son is saying the link is not clickable. Is anyone else having that issue? Oh wow, the link is not clickable. That's that's strange. Okay, I just let me give me a minute. Let me try and send it again. So I just sent another meeting link. Please confirm you can click on it again. We are moving to a different Google Meet link because it's this current we can't share our screens on it. So I'm moving to a new one. Oh, that's strange. People are saying I'm unable to join. Okay, so someone is asked like those that are unable to join. Are you like are you clicking it from a laptop or your phone? Okay. Yeah, that's what I sent to the chats. I sent a new link to the chat so that we can join this current one. We can't share screen on this one. I need to share screen to have this session. So I sent a new one, but some are saying some people have joined already, but I'm just waiting for at least me. I want to know. Let me resend it again. So you check again. Check the chats. All right. Yeah, welcome. Okay, so I think yeah, Mr. Alfred is back. I sent just check the chat again. I sent it again to the our chats. You see the
Okay,
meeting link.
a quick one. Damola, we need to start soon. And one of the things I noticed is we're using premium Google. I did not know that premium Google has a huge, massive limitation. So premium Google, because we had a lot of people that joined, people that were trying to join, so Google started misbehaving. Google started misbehaving. Yeah, because we had a lot of people that were trying to join. So Google started misbehaving. So we were unable to, it wasn't working out. It wasn't and it wasn't working out. I think that was what happened. Okay. So we can start in the next 3 minutes. We can start in the next. Yeah, they will get an email. They will get an email soon. Yeah, they will get an email soon, please. They'll get an email soon, please. Yeah, they will get an email soon. So, Adedamola, please, can we kickstart, please? I understand. Hi, Adedamola, please, can we start?
All right, no problem. So I'll be leaving this one now to start on the other one.
Adedamola, can we start now, please?
All right, no problem. Okay. Um.
Okay, like to appreciate everybody. Thank you very much for taking time to join this section. Adidamala will be the trainer. Will be the trainer regards to today's section. Yeah.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Okay.
you.
All right. So yeah. Let's start now. So yeah. Good evening. I'm sorry. Good afternoon once again to everyone. Damola. I'm your instructor for today, and yeah. Welcome to everyone. Welcome. And let me first start by saying, okay. Let me just quickly share my screen first. So please
Sorry, please, is
confirm if
it
you can see
being
my screen.
recorded? I'm on traffic. I'm not seeing the screen.
Please confirm. Can you see my screen? Okay. All right.
Yes, I
Thank you.
see.
All right. Thank you. Okay. So, all right. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So, let me first start. Like, how many of you here have like probably started or learned about anything about automation prior to this meeting? Do we have anyone here that you've heard about automation? You can just like probably give a thumbs up so I just know. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So we have a handful of people that have heard about automation. Okay. So about if you are totally new to tech, like this call or this meeting is like your first introduction to tech. Do you have people here like that? I don't have a feel of the audience, so I know how to structure my presentation. Okay. So there are some of us that this is their first introduction. Okay. All right, no problem. So I think for us to actually have a very productive meeting, it's we have to have some bit of context, right? Like me myself, right? Prior to starting automation, I had zero technical background, and I'm saying that for a reason because prior to when I was going to start, I was very scared that having no technical background, would I be able to survive in this niche? Like, is this niche for me? Like, I was just feeling inadequate that probably this is for people that have a technical background already. And yeah, so I know probably some of you might also be thinking too that, see, is this really for me? Can I do this? Can I do that? But I mean, I'm here right now and I'm even going to hold a masterclass. So I mean, the fact that I did it, that means it is possible. You do not need to have a technical background to actually thrive in this niche. It's just your grit, your determination, and I'm not even trying to be motivational right now. I'm just telling the reality. Whether you have a technical background or not, you don't have to use that to define your limits. Oh, I mean, I can't. You can do this, right? And I'll be trying my best today to just at least carry everyone along. So please, try and minimize any distraction so that at least you are following as I'm explaining things. So yeah. So what is AI? What is workflow automation, right? So I don't know, but the whole idea of AI actually started from. See, there was this group of people, the scientists, right? They're like, okay, see, can we simulate human intelligence? And so that means I have to first learn. So how do humans, like, how do they acquire knowledge? How do they, think through problems? And then when they did that study, they then found out, okay, see, that can we then simulate this human intelligence in machines or in computer systems, where we can have these machines or computer systems, performing, complex tasks that humans would do. So tasks like decision making, tasks like, remembering things, tasks like, just at least the very mundane tasks that humans can do. Can we replicate this in machines? And so you might be hearing machine learning, AI, are they the same thing? No, they are not, right? Is machine learning is what's brought about AI. Because for there to be AI, AI right now is smart. AI is smart because they have to learn these different techniques, different methods. So that's machine learning. And yeah, but this starts. I'll be just trying to talk about like the very basic one, so that at least we all have a very good grasp, right? So yes, so that is AI, that's machine learning. They're not the same thing, right? It's machine learning is like the methods in which we use to train AI. So if, for example, now one of the most common AI that we all probably are familiar with is ChatGPT. So all those ChatGPT, your Grok, your Claude, your Gemini, those are all different AI models. The DeepSeek, they're all AI models, and they're all the umbrella term for them is generative AI. So if I just so we have AI, right? So we have AI. Then I said there was also machine learning. But I'm saying that machine learning and AI they're not the same thing. Machine learning is okay. See, how do we make AI smart? How do we make AI perform the things we want it to perform? And then I'm talking about now generative AI. So your generative AI are the like I said, the ChatGPT. So that's the ChatGPT, your Grok, your cloud. Now, so what are they called generative AI? Now, they're generative in the sense that they have the ability to take in your input. So, say for instance, now you're chatting with your ChatGPT. What you provide, you have to provide it a form of data. Whether it is, ChatGPT, help me write this. That's the data you're providing it for. Or that you're even sending a screenshot of a picture. Whether you're sending a document, that's an input you're providing. So these AI models, they have the ability to like taking that input, they then process the inputs, and after they process your input, they then generate an output for you. So that's why we call them generative AI. Because prior to starting, these things confuse me. What is AI? This is something as machine learning. What is generative AI? Like, are they all the same thing? No. So AI is like the umbrella term, artificial intelligence, which is basically super intelligence, right? And I said the best child of this is okay. See, people are like, just curious, can machines or can computer systems simulate human intelligence? But then with AI, they just push the ability of human intelligence to probably times 1 million. And so that is why, of course, these things are very, very smart. And each of these things now, so I'm following, I'm trying to paint a scenario, paint a journey so that you can follow. And the next thing I say builds on the thing I said previously. So, now what is workflow automation, right? So, workflow automation in 2025, one of the hottest or in demand skills is actually workflow automation. And it's for a reason. Workflow automation is actually like it's riding on the backbone of AI, right? Because when AI came, people are just naturally curious. What can these things do? And also, can it be applied in business? And then, okay, how can it be applied in business? And of course, AI. So workflow automation blew up a lot this year. AI blew up, but also workflow automation blew up this year. Like if you're just saying about workflow automation, you kind of left some money on the table, right? Because businesses, if you check, I don't know if you're familiar with Upwork, which is a freelancing platform. But if you go on Upwork and you search enter about automation, you see there are loads of demand. This one needs, and it's not just in one industry. So whether that's in the wellness industry, whether that's healthcare, whether it's retail stores, whether it is, just think of any industry at all. Like there's the demand for AI, there's the demand for
Just give him a
workflow
few minutes,
automation.
please.
Okay. Sorry, was that Mr. Alfred? You said something. Can you guys still hear me? I thought I heard Mr. Alfred saying something. Okay. Let me just continue then. I thought I heard him saying I should give him a few minutes. All right. So yeah, so that is so I said that the demand for workflow automation is very, very high, right? So when there is like that demand, that is basically an opportunity, an opportunity for us. And these are like the things I actually thought of because I mean, let me just give you the full context. I'm actually a medical doctor. And but of course, I don't know if you know, but doctors in Nigeria, like you can see, I don't know, you see that most doctors they say they're living because you're not just paid enough, right? So my motivation for wanting more is just because of the money, right? Or like you see, at least, and even living in Nigeria costs money too. So like, okay, see, what can I do to actually get this money? And yeah, so like, okay, see, then my fear was I don't want to just go and learn something that see I've just learned it, but there's no demand. Or so those are like the research I was making. What is the demand for this new skill? What is the demand for this? What is the demand for that? And unfortunately for me, it was like one of my friends that told me, okay, see, because he's a data analyst, right? And he had started workflow automation. He told me, okay, see, there's crazy demand for this thing. And trust me, don't feel like you're too late yet, because we are basically just in the early phases. Especially even if in Nigeria, like there are not a lot of companies right now that haven't buying the idea yet. Like some people have never accepted AI. Just not talk of workflow automation. So we are still in the very early stages. And that is why a masterclass like this, right, is very because it just shows you what is possible, and which is what I'm going to be covering in this class, showing what is possible so that you feel like okay, see, there's just a room for you here to make money. There's a room here for you to actually, just make a name for yourself. So I said workflow automation, right? The idea behind workflow automation is so you think of any business or think of any day-to-day task. There are some manual things that you do. Say for instance, and I like to use this a lot, right? I want to make a post on social media. I either think of what I want to post first, right? I either think so I have to like think through. So it's either I think through what I want to post or I make a research on it, right? And so let's say I know I'm trying to build online, I build in public basically. So sometimes I might like have these ideas or content ideas like in batches. So I'll do a content calendar where okay, so on Mondays what I want to post, on Tuesdays what I want to post, on Wednesday. So that is my current manual process. So I have to either think or make a research on that talk about. And once I'm done with that, then I'll now save everything right in a database. So I might save all those my content because I mean I can't just be carrying it in my head now. I have to save it somewhere. So I mean, I commonly use Google Sheets. Some people might choose to use Notion, but whatever database, you save it there, and then every day now, on Monday now, I now go to X, right? The platform I am using. So I'll go on X and then post that Monday zone. On Tuesday, I go back to this database and then come back on X and paste whatever I copied there. I paste it on X and I make that post. So right now, like this is my current manual process, right? So workflow automation is just creating systems that replaces this manual process. That is basically workflow automation. And you see some people talk about logic mapping or process mapping. It's a term that we use commonly in workflow automation. And what's basically what I just explained for you is basically that logic mapping. Because and again, these things are going to come in handy for you because there are a million and one projects to do. But when clients are coming to me to okay, I want to do this, right? You have to first know their manual process. Because if they don't know their manual process, you can't create whatever thing you want to create. So for instance, I just gave you a scenario of me doing a social media. It's the same way clients come and me, oh, okay, see, I want to maybe automate my social media process. It's the impetus is on you to actually ask the client, okay, see, what do you do? Generally you have an idea, right? Either you think of what you want to post or you just make the research and then you can either post directly. But if there are a lot of content, you save it somewhere. And then once you save it, you can now go and grab it from there. So what would this look like in automation? So if I start to think, I can create an AI agent to do research. So research I can use, so there are different, I can use Perplexity to do my research. So I'm showing you how it now transfers to, I can use Tably. So whatever content I get from here, I can use Google Sheet now for my database here now. I can use, like I already mentioned, you can either use Google Sheets, you know, you can use Google Sheets, you can use Notion, you can use Airtable, you can just save any, and then of course X still remains. So once you've gotten what you want to do, you've done your research, you save everything here, and then you then finally come and post on X. So basically, like this is basically creating a workflow. But you can see I didn't create my workflow first by just I didn't just go straight to looking for, okay, let me connect this one to this, let me now connect this one to this. I first look for what is the manual process that is occurring here. Because a lot of people, they just once you see, they are so eager because AI agent is blowing up, workflow automation is blowing up, and the truth is that actually this is very addictive. Because once you start and you're seeing the possibilities that, oh, I can do this, I can do this, you're just so gingered. I mean, I'm not ashamed to say it. I also fell into that trap where I just went straight into build. I didn't understand the basic things I actually needed to know first. So it's about understanding what's the current manual process. Say for instance, again, now someone has a website, and in that website there's a form, and the client wants, okay, see, whenever someone fills that form, so let's say there's a retail store, let's say perfume brand or any website in it, whether it's a retail store, even like this academy, right, this EvolveHQ, let's say that be a website and there's a form there, and they want, okay, see, if anyone fills that form, they want all those details that they fill, whether it's your name, your email, your number, to be saved into a CRM. CRM just means the customer relationship management. So CRM can be Google Sheets. It's just like you can store customer data, so you can probably follow up on them, to track leads, to follow up on leads, to have like a central database, right? So that's what called the CRM. So Google Sheets is one CRM. To Airtable, there are a lot of them. There's Go High Level, there's HubSpot. But again, let's just keep things very simple. This is like, I mean, I'm just trying to like make people that first time may follow along. So I said this client is a scenario. Yeah. The client wants, okay, see, I have a form on my site, and I want that whenever someone fills that form, I want all those details that is being filled and submitted to just go straight into a database. And then after a database, I want them to send an email to that person. Right. So I know from that explanation the client just gave me. So again, the process here is, okay, see, there's a form somewhere, right? There's a form somewhere, and once someone fills that form, it goes straight into a database. And after database, the client wants an email to be sent. So I just know, okay, see, that means whenever I want to automate now, I have to go and look for a form or find a way to like, connect to this my client form. And then details from that form go straight again to database and then go to the email. So you are seeing all of these scenarios. I'm not starting from the end. I'm starting from what is the current manual process. What is the current manual process? And once you understand the current manual process, you can then automate. It's just simpler that way. But if you just go straight to, oh, I want to automate this, and just go straight to whatever you want to automate, you see that you have many problems because you'll be stuck. You may to like debug issues. So that is like workflow automation, like in a nutshell. It's just replacing the manual process with systems that can like basically, just take care of that manual process so that it is hands off. Because people, they don't like do, we're all kind of lazy. We don't like do things. Something that, just will not make us do something. If there's someone that can do it for me, why should I do it, right? And that is why AI is in, and work automation is in demand, because businesses are trying to grow, businesses are trying to scale, businesses are trying to make more profits. And to make more profits, more often than not, it requires more effort from you. And imagine you have your own personal business where you are spending 7 hours a day, and then you're trying to like double your profits. More often than not, you need to try to also double your effort to Abi. So automation just takes care of that, and that is why like it's highly, highly recommended, highly, highly demanded, because businesses want to have everybody, we're all driven by money, right? So people might say, okay, they have passion to help others, which of course is a noble cause too. But at least an average person is driven by, oh, I want to make money. So, and that is the drive for all businesses. So, like again, work automation is in crazy demand. If you know what you are doing, like this is a field like you can make as much, like there's literally no limit to how much you can make. If not to sell yourself, right? If not like just know what you are doing, sell yourself properly. So we've talked about AI, we've talked about workflow automation. So okay, now you say, okay, I'm interested in workflow automation. What are the platforms that can do all this? All what I just explained here, right? There's a platform that will enable me to do that. And that is what Mr. Alfred was saying about anything. So there are different automation platforms. The major ones are anything, which is what we're working with today. There's also make.com, there's Zapier. I use majorly anything, right? 99%, 99.9 of what I've built so far for myself and for clients is on anything. So there are different, similar, different, like, okay, they have their different strengths and weaknesses. But I love anything, and anything, like, I think so far is still the most is it the most used, because again, one of the reasons, right, is number one, there's just that flexibility of um there's a free version, and there's the paid version. The free version allows you to, like, of course, free is also very free to use. But the kickback for with that is that it is also very technical in a way to use, because there are these issues when you self-host. It's called self-hosting. So if you see online something about self-hosting, that's what they're trying to say. Okay, self-hosting means it is free, right? But anything is free in that regard. I don't use the free version because, like, it's kind of very technical. And like I said, I don't have a technical background, so I just prefer to use. So if you don't use the free version, you use the hosted version. That is okay. See, you just pay anything a stipend, right? For them to help you, like, do this maintenance, do regular updates, which if you do the free, you're going to do everything yourself. And but so sometimes, right, there might not be money yet. So anything else allows, they give you a 14 days free trial. So what people do sometimes is, once that 14-day free trial has ended, they just use another email. So you just need an email. So you can create a new email and then use another 14 days, at least, maybe to have money to do a subscription. So subscription is $25 per month. But I think for the first month they give it a bonus. They give you $20. But after that it's $25 per month. But like I said, they give you a free 14 days trial. So if you don't have that money, you can either use the self-hosted version. But like I said, self-hosted version is kind of technical. So what most people do is they just use a new email again to sign up, and they give you the next free 14 days. And yeah, so that is that. But I mentioned we have make.com, we have Zapier, so but okay, we're focusing majorly on anything. So that is about the automation tools. So let's and now there's some things you actually know about workflow automation, because I feel like if anyone is starting any field, there are just some things that you're not here. You don't feel like blind. Is it, yeah, like you're blindsided here, where you're, oh, I didn't have all of this full information. So the thing about workflow automation is it is a rapidly evolving niche, right? Because AI is rapidly evolving. I don't know if you guys follow like the trend. Just this year alone, we've had we've had Grok 4, we've had GPT 5, and then OpenAI. This ChatGPT now. That was the last month or last 2 months. They brought up like two new updates, right? So like it's a rapidly evolving field. So what does that mean for you? It means that if you decide to do this, right, which I think, I mean, for you to be on this call, that way I decided to do that. Okay, I want to at least either have an interest and then let's see what you can make of it. So you have to have that at the back of your mind that this is not a niche where you just like, oh, you've learned it and that is all. You have to always constantly update yourself. You have to constantly research, because that's what's going to make you like really sought after. Because you can be using one particular tool today and you see that next 2 weeks, like there's a new update. And again, if you know, freelancing is not really about the technical skills, right? There are other soft skills. You're able to like communicate, you're able to like, be updated about things. Because the client cannot come and be asking, oh, I learned about this and you don't know. Imagine you now, you position yourself as the expert. You finish learning this stuff. You've paid for like a class, a class, right? You finish learning, and let's say in 2 months' time, you finally get a client, and client is asking about something, and you're like, I don't know about that. That would like just rub off wrongly on a client. But wait, what do you mean you don't know? So this field, like, let me just give you the full truth, is rapidly evolving. So there is need to always constantly update, constantly research, so that at least you just have like you are really, really like updated on things. So yeah, that is that about like at least just have that at the back of your mind. So now the current trend, right, in building workflows is that, so initially, and what we are still doing is, for instance, now look at this scenario I painted for you. Now this here is the manual process. Now, if I want to go into anything, I'm the one that will have to go and connect this. Then I'll connect this one and connect this one. Because that is automation. We're just connecting systems, right? We're just connecting systems. But right now, the trend is that it is a manual. You see me that go and look for this and connect it. Look for this and connect. Look for this and connect it.
Ah, Damola, please, we can't hear you very well. I think your network is fluctuating.
Mine. Oh wow.
Hello? Your network is fluctuating. We can't hear you very well, please.
Oh, okay. I'm coming. Just give me a minute.
I'm coming. Just give me.
Okay.
Please confirm. Is it better now? Am I much more audible now? Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, some people said that. So yeah, some people People say that they are hearing me. Oh. So, Mr. Alfred, just check on your side. The chat said they can hear. All right, so
Okay, okay.
let's just continue then. Okay. So I was saying, and we'll still move to the practicals, please. But I need to just give you this like information so that you just know, like you have the full information, right? And this class then becomes very much more productive for everyone. So I was saying, like, the process right now, the way we are doing things mostly right now is that once you hop into your, like I said, we have different automation tools, anything which I mostly use. I said, and the current trend is that I'm the one that will manually connect this stuff, manually connect this, and manually connect this. But right now, there's anything has released a beta version where I just need to like ask AI, okay, AI, I want to create a social media content where I draft ideas, and from that ideas, you help me do research, and from that research, it is saved into a database, and then it is posted to X. And then the Anything's AI, that platform, their AI would literally like connect everything for me. Right, like so I'm saying that's like a current update, but it has not been fully released yet. It's the beta version that has been released. So that is prompting basically. So I don't know if let me heard of prompting. Now with AI, right? The I'm talked about machine learning earlier here. Now how AI was trained is basically they trained AI with like trillions of data, and majority is from Reddit. Reddit is like most of the AI knowledge actually from Reddit. Like there was this statistic that came out one time, and we found out that majority of what AI knows is from Reddit. They use from Wikipedia too, but the majority is from Reddit. So there are like trillions of data they train AI with, and so AI, just imagine knowing so much. There's also the disadvantage of knowing so much because there's also so much you can just start to say anything. Because you know so much, you have so much information. If I do not like ask you the very specific thing I want to ask you, and just imagine you have a friend that knows so much. Like person can like if you leave the person can just keep talking and talking. It means you need to provide something that is structured to that person so that you can get what you want. It's the same thing with AI. So you hear of prompting, and that is basically prompting where I need to provide this AI because the AI just knows so much, one, and also because if you don't like structure your prompts very well, the prompt is what you're telling ChatGPT. ChatGPT, help me do this, or what is this? Those questions you're asking, they're called prompts, and it's a user prompt in the sense that you are the user, you're the one that is chatting with ChatGPT. So those chats you are sent to ChatGPT is a user prompt. Now, if you don't structure those prompts very well, there are two risks. Number one is that, which is the major one. The major fear is that AI hallucinates. Now, hallucination is this. I don't know if it has happened to you before, right? But sometimes someone ask you a question. I don't know it too, but you just say something, but you say it very confidently. But the person knows that you don't know it because you've answered confidently. AI also does that same thing. So called hallucination. AI hallucinates, right? So if you don't ask something very specifically, AI can just tell, and you sure that at this ChatGPT now is the right thing. Now imagine danger in building that for a client where, okay, let's say the client has some sensitive data where it needs to provide the right information to the users. But because you did not structure like the prompts very well, the AI just hallucinates something. So there's that risk of hallucination, one. Now, two, in sense, now another advantage of prompting, or like the what you just know about prompting is that so prompting just or the ability to prompt gives you like the room to just know or to use AI in a way that most people don't use. And to be honest, I'm still learning. Like it's a work in progress for me too, because there's just so much to use. There's so much AI can do, but you wouldn't know if you don't prompt it the right way. When I started this journey, I'll be like, ChatGPT is giving the wrong thing. This ChatGPT is no, I don't think it's smart too. But it was not ChatGPT's fault. I was the one providing the adequate prompt. And let me just let's even just move to practicals. Let me just show you. Let's do something practical, right? So you see a difference in what I'm talking about. So yeah, this ChatGPT, right? So let's say, for instance, now I want to say, let's say, of course, I'm a freelancer right now, right? And I want to create a post on LinkedIn, and my target audience, let's want to talk to another freelancer, right? Or let's say I'm a freelancer coach. That's the context. I'm a freelancer coach, and so that means my target audience are freelancers. So I want to talk to freelancers about consistency, right? That's what I want to do.
Sorry,
And
I'm so sorry for interrupting. This is Alfred. Can you hear me, please?
yeah, I can hear you.
So somebody said, can you hear me, please?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Somebody said she cannot see your screen. I don't know if it's the same thing for others, or is this person's network? The person said she
People are saying,
cannot see your screen.
I can actually see your screen. I think it's from their end.
okay.
Okay, it's from the
People are
person's
saying,
I
end.
also think
Okay,
it's from
okay,
their
okay.
end.
And aside from that, also, okay, you can see the screen perfectly. Aside from that, also, I also sent a message to the chat section to the. I also sent a message to the chat section. I, I also sent a message to the chat section. I'm going to read that. So please check the chat section. Please check. You can check the chat section. Send a message there. Please, can we just continue, please? The
is
network
it,
is fluctuating.
are you talking to me? I should check the chat sections. Oh, yeah. Are you talking to me? Or to the others? Hello, Mr. Alfred. Let me just check the chats. Okay, let me continue then. All right. So, yeah, I was talking about, let me go back to what I was. So I was saying here that, so let's imagine I'm a freelancer coach. So that means my target audience, my clients will be freelancers. Probably I'm helping freelancers like just help them in their freelancing journey. So of course, I'll be making posts on platforms like LinkedIn and X, whatever platform. So basically, all my contents will be directed to freelancers. So I want to talk to them about consistency. Consistency is needed in whatever thing you want to do in life. So let's use opposite my ChatGPT now. Because I might know now, this I will start before, right? Because I just don't know prompting very well. So I might say, just basic one, help me write a.
I don't know. Check your network. I think it's the struggle is real regards to hearing you clearly.
Sorry, I don't know what
No, it is his network right now. It is his network that is fluctuating.
So what did you say? You cannot see my screen or what?
No, we lost you for a while. When you talk, it breaks. It's your voice.
Wait, sorry. Can others please just say in the chat? Can you hear me clearly so I would know is it mine or like from? And so people are saying there's no network fluctuation. People are hearing me, Mr. Alfred.
I think it's your. I don't know because
So look, I just check the chat. People are saying they can hear me and see me clear, and they can hear and see the screen. So it's not from my end, please.
okay, okay, that's fine then. Thank you.
All right. Okay. All right. So look at this. Is what I was saying. So let me write a post on consistency. But can you even see what AI just did here? What ChatGPT say? Sure. Before I write it, you can literally just see this. Can you tell me a bit about the tone and purpose, for example? But here's a general draft to start with, a motivational version you can adapt. Now, again, this is how I would have done before, right? This is how I would have done. But let me show you, or let me quickly explain something, right? So in prompting, there's some frameworks to use, right? There's some frameworks that just allows you get the most out of AI. So I'll talk about it here, then we'll now see a practical example of it, so we'll go back to use it. So to get the best of the general law of form, right, you need to provide AI some context. Hmm? Or you need to provide AI some data rather. So when you want to do anything, there's the role. I'm coming. Let me just zoom in a bit. Okay. So there's role. So for instance, now in this my example, I just look at my prompt was help me write a post on consistency. Role means you need to give AI like the idea of who you want it to be in that particular instance. And again, when you remember what I said that see, AI just came about because people are like, can we simulate human intelligence? So when you just like, if you know the beginning, right, you can just know how to always maneuver your way around things. So if you know that, okay, see, the idea behind AI is can we simulate? Simulate is like, can we like do something about, or can we like copy human intelligence, but just increase the power by like a million or by a trillion? So we humans, we are first before we can do something, right? Is who you are that determines what you can do. You know, some people they have so much potential, but they don't even know they have that potential. They cannot really do much. It's the same thing with AI. You don't like tell AI that okay, see, this is who you are in this particular instance. Then help me do this thing. You will not get the best out of it. So you telling AI who it is, like you providing a role. So for instance, I can say the one I was talking about now about writing a LinkedIn post, I can say something like let's say you're an expert, so you're an ex or you're an expert something like this, no freelancing coach was you know basically because of our time. So let me so basically like I'm just gonna, before I use it in ChatGPT here, let me just I'll just explain this. I might not really type it here. I don't do it like twice. So it's just role is like you tell the AI, okay, see, this is who you are, then help me do this, right? So that is a role. You need to provide a role. The another thing is context. So second framework is context. So context is like, okay, see, you've told it who it is, Abby. So you're like, okay, let's for this instance, so my target audience are freelancers that I'm trying to like gain their trust and gain like help gain their trust that also increase like my brand visibility and also like make them patronize me. You're providing context that okay, see, this is who you are, Abby. You're an expert freelancing coach that's built a massive following on LinkedIn. Now, your target audience are freelancers who are trying to connect with to help them, basically gain their trust and see you as someone they can reach out to. You get that's like providing context. Now, there is now the task or instruction. So these are frameworks you provide to AI to get like the best out of it, right? So you provide instruction, So this is like this is where you now tell, okay, see, help me write a LinkedIn post. You get so you've told this who it is. You provide a context that okay, you provide a context of your target audience, what you're trying to do with them. The task or instruction is now where you tell the AI, okay, see, help me write a LinkedIn post about consistency. So that's basically that's task or instruction. Then apart from that, then there's these specifics. mm, Specifics is where you tell, okay, you've told you what you want it to do, Abi. You cannot tell it how you want it to do it. So you can say, okay, we'll write it to this LinkedIn post should not be more than 500 words or should be 500 words. Or write it in a very, look at what it actually asks me. It asks me, so do you want it to sound motivational, educational, or storytelling? Because it just knows so much. So it doesn't know which one you're asking. This post is like, this prompt is just very generic. Can write a post on consistency. Like, is it even a LinkedIn? Look, you can see, even asking you, is it Instagram, LinkedIn, X? Because it just needs like this. Basically, this feedback from ChatGPT is telling me that means this prompt is not well, like it's not properly structured because it just needs to know a lot. But look at now in this one here, I'm already telling it you're an expert financing, blah blah blah. What has built a massive following on LinkedIn? So if I had done that, it won't be asking me all of this. And the output, because this is the current output has given me now, right? Just like let me just give this guy something. So it gave me this. But if I provided a lot of things, which we'll do shortly, I just explaining to you. So specifics is like you telling it, okay, see, the post should be motivational, or the post should be like have this emotional appeal, or the post speak in a very or construct the post in a very warm tone. So these are like provide that. Some people say it's format. So either one, you see the same thing. Specifics, format. Some people want to say it's tone, right? So you see the same thing. And then examples. Now, before I don't want anyone to feel overwhelmed here. So I'm not trying to say in every user prompt you want to do, you always follow this. Sometimes you might not need to use a tone, right? Sometimes you might not need an example. But at least, and especially when you're working with clients or we are going to build projects, right? So to that has a lot of sensitivity. Usually, it is best to follow this trend, right? And again, when you're building AI agents, there's AI agents, I don't know, maybe some of you have heard of it. AI agents like in crazy demand too, right? Because there's just so much you can do with AI agents. And we'll build one today, right? But let me just give this brief. So let's use this what we just talked about. So examples is where you tell AI that okay, see, this is a good example of it. So let's say you have a post that did so well on LinkedIn, right? And that maybe that post, or it doesn't have to even be your post. Let's say you saw someone post that did so well about talking about consistency. You can show AI that okay, this is an example of a good output. This like it should just allow AI be able to judge itself. So like before it gives you a response, it will judge that okay, see, this is what this person wants to. This is an example of what this person wants. So let me follow whatever I will do. Just follow this output. Examples can also be in a bad example. You can provide good example. This is what a good response looks like. This is what a bad response looks like. So that if it knows what bad looks like, it won't give you something that is bad because you've already told you this is a bad response and this is a good response. So usually, there's so much more to this to prompt engineering than this. But I mean, for purpose of this class, so at least I can talk about a lot within a short period of time. But these are like the general ground rules, the role, context, instructions, specifics, and that. So let's do that again, right? This is the first one. So let me do side by side. So um, so while I'm doing this, so usually another thing you can do is also create a prompt library. So because imagine always having to type long, because prompts can be long sometimes. So imagine having to type very long. So what I usually do is once I create a prompt, I can just save it somewhere. Then I segment them. These are prompts concerning content creation. This is a prompt concerning research. So that my instance about research, instead of writing a new one, I might just grab that one, I'll just tweak it, right? So you can always do that too. So once you've created a good prompt, just save it somewhere. And don't use it again. You don't start writing from scratch. You can just use that. So let's see here now. So what I'm doing now is I'm providing it like the role now, right? I'm telling him who it is for in this instance. This is who you are, and I'll still make this. I'll still correct it, but let me just click out all of this. The next thing I provide is the context, right? So, so your target audience. This is just like a rough context. So I've given it like this is who you are, and this is like your target audience, and this is what you're trying to do with your target audience, right? And I'll say, so help me write. So the importance of consistency. So this is the instruction, right? Or the task. Help me write a LinkedIn post on the importance of consistency. And I can give you the format or specifics, so I can say now the post should be warm. Strong. So just like because of time, let me just leave it at this. So the post should be warm with a strong emotional appeal, and let's say not maximum of 500 words. Right. So yeah, I can for the most of time I don't have any good LinkedIn post about consistency, but then you can just add the examples that okay, see this is what so you can attach a screenshot. You can have a screenshot of what's like this is a good attach to the screenshot. The attached screenshots are examples of what a good something look like, or you can copy the LinkedIn post for this example. So let's add the LinkedIn post. I can just copy that, and then I'll just tell it say that okay, see here's an example of a good post, and I'll paste it right. But let's just use this. And then so here now you can see it's not asking me all of this what it was first asking me that sure blah 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 before I do this, before I do that one. It just went straight because I provide enough context. But again, this thing can actually, like I said, this is just, I mean, I can't talk about prompt engineering, every time about prompt engineering in this class because it's a whole lot. It's much more in depth than this. And even when we're building AI agents, there's some things, there's a way you structure prompts for AI agents to get the most out of it. Which, I mean, there's a master class coming up. So, not the master class now. There's a course coming soon, right, from EvolveHQ. We'll be talking about all of this in details. To cover like prompt engineering. But here, like this is just an example now, right? But you can always tweak. You can, if I was going to do this for maybe a client or there's more time, I can add more and more, to this. And once I'm done, like I said, I'll just copy this and save it, right? I save it in either in Notion or Notes so that next time nobody has time to be typing very, very long things and like this. So that's about prompt engineering. And again, it's very important to know this because see, life is very competitive. We don't want to deceive ourselves. Life is very competitive. Imagine you've learned, two people now have learned this AI and workflow automation, and they have to use AI now. But one person knows how to prompt it better. That person is going to get more outputs, like a better output. So I mean, theoretically or on paper, that person is going to be like the better person. You get, so like you just need to like these tools or these technologies, everything, you at least have a very good understanding of them, such that you're positioning yourself, with your strongest foot. Because if you come online now, you see many people are into, I mean, day by day, people are trooping into workflow automation. So something has to stand out about you. And trust me, there are even like people that all their work is they are prompt engineers basically. Like that is their career, prompt engineering, like they're prompt engineers. So it is very, very like it's a no-brainer. Like this, if you want to learn workflow automation, you need to learn prompting. Like there's no sugarcoating it. You just need to learn prompting. I'll say an example. Someone be the AI agent. So if I go back to so that's that about prompt engineering, right? So let's do something practical. Let's do a workflow. So workflow is just like I mentioned. So that my explanation where I was building systems, right, to replace a manual process. That's what's called the workflow. So if you have your own anything instance already, this is mine. So this is what anything looks like. Now I told you this is the platform where you are doing all of the magic. So if you want to automate anything, this is the platform. If you see yours, you can, I think on a new one, you see create from scratch. So once you click on create from scratch, it take you directly to this. So it's called a canvas. So this is a blank canvas. That's what we call it in anything, a blank canvas. And like I said, where you create everything, you can see here how your first step. Now the first step in any workflow is called the trigger. You know, that is what begins that workflow. So you cannot create a workflow without a trigger because something needs to begin something, right? So that is what we call the trigger. So let's say, for instance, now that is how I said, okay, see, there's a form somewhere, and I want, okay, as people are filling this form, I want that data to be stored in a database, and then once it's stored in that database, let them receive an email. So again, like I said, you don't start building straight from anything. I fell into this trap a lot, and I was always getting stuck, always frustrated because I didn't understand the business process first. And again, this is where you're on. So some of you are already like in a particular field already. You don't have to even leave that field. Since you have the good knowledge of your field, workflow automation just gives you an upper hand. Because like I've explained now, in automating workflows, it's not the technical something that you start with first, it's what is the current manual process. So imagine you now, let's say let's say you're a plumber now, just for an instance. I'm saying everything about plumbing. Me that I'm not a plumber, if I want to be the workflow for a plumbing business, I might not have that knowledge. But you that a person that's already a plumber for let's say 10 years, person already knows like the things that plumbers, the challenges plumbers face, he knows the plumbing language. So the person can like do workflows that are very, very very, very peculiar to the plumbing industry. And the person wants to talk about it on social media now. People also talk about it very well that plumbers like feel, oh my, I really need this thing, no, because person just so like you don't even need to because I'm like once I've learned this workflow automation, because there's plenty money in it to let me just leave. You don't always have to leave, right? Your current field can also be a superpower for you if you know what you are doing. So if you are, I don't know, there are those different some people like in short, I even had someone reach out to me that is a cybersecurity person. And it was like, oh, can I teach about anything? Because wants to learn how to like automate some things in cybersecurity. So whatever you think of, whether it's in if you need like if you are selling perfumes or selling anything online, since you have that knowledge of okay, what is all the things that people retailers sell, online vendors, the problems they face, you can create automated solutions for those problems, and then you just sell it to like you can sell those solutions. So workflow automation, like, it cuts across different industries. That's just my point. I don't have to always leave your current niche or current, so you can just use automation to like just supercharge yourself. So like, for instance, I told you that there's a form. I want to create a workflow just to show you what it looks like. There's a form for us to fill, and once those details are filled in that form, let us send them an email. So since I know that process now, I'll just come and look for form here. I can see this one form, anything form, right? I can see this is a trigger, right? There's an action, is a trigger. And I told you the very first step in any workflow starts with a trigger, right? That's the very, very first thing. It's a trigger that will start a workflow. No workflow you can't do any workflow without a trigger. It's just not possible. So here, this is what a form looks like on anything. You can see a form title. So let's say it's okay, let's use evolve, right? So let's say once evolve training academy. Right. So the description, let's say learn automation here. So you see it's asking for form elements. So form elements are those fields you fill in your form, like any form you see. So full name, you know. Once send them an email, so I need that email. So let's just test with this. So if I execute the step now, you see. So all of those things I just did now, this is what it's showing. So evolve, this is the form title, the description, and these are the form elements. So let's just say, Damola submissions. Then let's say I put my email here. And which is what people will do when they come onto a site now. So now I fill the form. I can see now. So these are the details of that form. The phone name that I just filled is this. The email I just filled is this. So now the next step that, again, I'm the potential client, I'm also the person developing it. But again, this is what a client will tell you, okay, fill the form. And after I want those details to be sent to my CRM. And so CRM is just like a tool that allows you manage customers basically for any business. And I say an example, the basic one is Google Sheets, right? So let's say let me create a Google Sheets where I'll have, okay, this one here. So blank sheets. So we have full name and then email. Let me just name this. Okay, so this is my blank sheet. And so let's say before I was always one coming to manually like start typing everybody's full name and email. But now to automate the process, right? So I've created a basic, like just a sheet, right? I'll have the full name and email so that as they're filling the form, those details that they're filling will just come here directly. So let's go back to the platform we're doing. So now I've told you now is from the form we are going to like the database, right? So I'll just come here and search for the Google Sheets. So Google Sheets, and basically, so the action I want, is to append the row in Sheets. So usually you need to like connect the account, right? Because that is how this platform will communicate with my Google Sheets. I need to connect. This is what you see, a credential to connect with. So you need to like authorize anything to like communicate with Google Sheets. So that is what this is about. So now let me select the sheet now. So this is this one, the Evolve clients. And then the sheet is this. So you can see sheet one. So now you can see it has fetched those columns for me that I've had in this my sheet, has fetched it here. And then I just comment. So what I'm trying to do now is called mapping, in the sense that I just come and drag what I have here, which is what I did. I just clicked on it and I came to drag it here, And then same thing here, email. So what this does is that, so anytime now, in this particular instance, it is Damola Automate that is here. But next time, that person's name too, it is that person's name that will be here. So if I do execute this step, Okay, so let's go back here. So it has shown that it has been executed. So let's go. You can see now it has saved automatically. It's not me like manually coming to like put the name here every time. So that means now that every time that someone fills that form, automatically those details just go straight to this. And trust me, this small thing that you are saying, like clients actually reach out for it because to them it is very stressful. Some are doing the very basic things, but that it is stressful for them because they are just spending so much time. So if you know how to like sell yourself properly, this guy can charge like a whole lot for basic things like this because to them those clients it's problem for them, right? And but it's you that know that this is never hard at all. Now I can just do it within, but them they don't know that because to them it's just their own pain they know how to get. So now the next step is for let's send them an email, right? So then I'll come here again. I'll search for the Gmail. So this is Gmail. You can see message action. So is it am I adding label to message? Am I blah blah blah? But here I want to send the message, right? So I just click on send the message. That is the action I want. And again, for everything, like I said, you always need to connect your account. So connecting account is how anything be able to like use your Gmail, whatever it needs to do. So now it has asked, so the operation is so the resource is message, the operation is send. You know, and it's asking for what am I sending to? I'll just come here again, come and grab this email and put it here, such that it is whatever email that it is here. For this particular example, it is my own email. That's what you are saying. So in this particular example, it's going to be sent to me. But if another person's email next time, it will be that person's email is also sent to. So let's say, subject, welcome to just for welcome to EvolveHQ. So message type, let's just say text. Then here I can just come and quickly write a text. For purpose of time, right? Let's just say hi. So I can even map the name here. So hi. So that you send the message now, you can see it is hi Damola Automate, which is how you like want every email to be sent, right? So welcome to Evolve. So let's just quickly just use this. That's all. And let me execute the step. So again, you can see it has been sent now. And so if I go back to let's check my Gmail. So see what that looks like. And so far now you can see it has so you can see it has sent it now, basically. But now you see when I was telling you that so currently you can see for each of these steps, I'm the one that is manually connecting everything together. But right, like this anything, they are trying to release, like I said, they've even released the beta version where you can see this thing called AI, you can see ask assistant. Instead of me doing everything manually, I'll just come and talk to it. Like basically, I'll just prompt it, this is what I want to do, and to do all of this for me automatically. So like prompting, like see, prompting like if there's a way I'm trying to push on myself for even next year is like learn prompting like in much more detail. Because the world does belong to people that can prompt AI well. Because AI is here to stay. AI is not like it's coming and then it is going. No, like there's even I don't know if you guys know there's an White House AI action plan. Like Trump actually is an AI action plan. You know, ChatGPT and the likes like they're investing billions and billions of dollars. So like it's not like a bubble where it's just the trend. By next time it will have died down. No, it's not dying down. Like it's like it's just like the way internet came. Internet was not a bubble that busted, right? Internet came and it has been here forever. And that's same thing with AI. What was happening is that AI just keep evolving. It's just keep evolving, getting better. There'll be more and more updates. So, like, it's something that you just need to know. Especially, like again, when society where you just need money, right? You need money, and to get money, find a very high demand in demand skill to actually learn. So, prompting in itself is one. Work automation is another thing too. So, or like I was saying, I did all this manually, but now I want it to be automatic, right? I want it to be automatic. That okay, see, I've done this first step manually, but I want it to be automatic. And I'm going to let me show an example now. I'll paste something. I'll paste this link. Let me paste this link to the chat. But let me first activate the workflow. So let me first save. So activating your workflow means so every time this is run now, I don't come and do it manually again. So let's quickly do a quick test so that we'll see. Let me paste this link to the chat. So someone should click on the link and fill that form. You see it automatically now. You get an email, you get everything. So that is just one example, right? That's just one example. So I've sent the link to the chat. So if you click on the link and you fill the form, you will see that automatically you get the email, which I basically just did, and then automatically too, we'll see in real time how your details come and enter this place too. The same way, automatically. I didn't do anything. So this is just one example of how, and trust me, this thing clients charge, like clients actually demand for it. Like clients demand for something as simple as this. And look at now, this thing is, will not even take up to 5 minutes. So you can see now, you can see we have, are you seeing? We have Adewale this, and this have to keep, you can see now, automatically, once you just fill the form, automatically everything does itself. So the first instance was I had to do it manually first, and but once I activated it, and as they are filling this too, you see they are going to get an email automatically too. So that is one example of workflow automation, right? Like, and again, something as simple as this. These are just three things: one, two, three. Which normally said when it took me this long because I was explaining, but I want to do this, it won't take up to 5 minutes. I imagine something that's like can't at least okay, kind of for me $100. $100, I mean, in a part of the world is something, right? It's something because one that will not that will not take you up to 5 minutes, and you're getting $100 about 150K now. And so please, I always take that kind of money now. This is just something very simple. I'm going to pay me. Okay, so you can see them, you can see in real time now as it is coming in, as they are filling the form, and they'll get email too like that. That is one example. Another one that is actually very, very demanded are actually, so there's something called voice AI. So AI can actually speak, If you don't know before, I don't know, I think they are very popular now. So I think almost everyone should have even heard about it. There's voice AI where you can use like AI speaks to you, right? And it's one of the most demanded projects from clients. And this is most especially for customer support. So either for customer support or for like front desk assistance to help in booking. So industries like restaurants, they want some of them, or want you to help them to build voice AI where that voice AI can pick calls and help them book tables, for people down to book tables or on other food. The stuff will pick the call and handle that. Or again, the another common one is for customer support, where imagine you have a business, you don't always be the one answering the every time someone has a complaint, you don't directly answering. You can just build an AI agent or can build a voice AI. Because of time, let me just quickly show you the one for voice AI. So I told you anything is where is an automation tool, but this anything does not have a voice AI. So there are platforms for voice AI. One example is this one, 11 Labs. So you can see this 11 Labs is it's a voice platform basically, right? So before this meeting, I already prepared the documents. But let me explain now. So for customer support, right? Imagine a customer support staff, like a human now, to answer questions very well. You probably need to like do a training for you where you will learn about like what the company like about the company now, so that if clients are calling, you can always answer the questions correctly. So they'll give you like, okay, this is what we do here. These are the frequently asked questions. If this person asks this is what you should do. You get like they just, and I'm not a customer support person. I don't know how that process goes. But let's say they might even give you like a book just in case you forget some things. You can always check, or probably there's a database, right? Where in case you don't know it, just check this thing, you see it there. So that's the same way too for voice AI. Because imagine now Evolve, right? Once like okay, come from a contract contacts me. Like, oh, please, Damola, help us create a voice AI to act as a customer support. That if people are asking questions, the AI just can answer them correctly. Now that means that I need to provide information, whatever information I want that AI to be able to answer, I need to provide it to it. So let me just quickly show you this. So if I go to agents, so the voice AI agent basically. So like I said, there are different platforms, right? But 11 Labs is like one. There's retail, there's VP, there's a whole lot. But 11 Labs is like very popular. So I used this agent for this class because I didn't want to spend so much time building in. So let me just show you what that looks like. So you can see here, add agents knowledge base, add documents. So this is where you can, this is where I have to add to hide, because I just asked ChatGPT to help me just create a dummy document about an e-commerce store called Lunar Cards. So this is it, right? This is Lunar Cards customer support knowledge base, blah blah blah. So I'll just feed that voice AI this thing now. So that if any person calls this AI and asks a question, it's about shipping and delivery, to just get the answer. Okay, 3 to 7 business days. It won't hallucinate, right? It's about payment methods. These are the accepted methods, blah blah blah. So this year I just came to add it, added it, and then let's just quickly do a test, right? To see what that looks like. I hope you people to hear it. Just let me know if you can hear what the AI is saying. Yeah, so please, I would like to ask, what are your shipping times, please? Okay, so are there free shipping at all? Okay, all right, thank you. That's all. Thank you. Bye. Okay, you can see now, like literally, like, and see this simple thing right now, like the
Wait, we
amount of
can't
money you
hear
can make.
the AI. We can't hear the AI too. This is Alfred.
Yeah, that means it's not possible to record and hear the AI. So
Okay,
let me
let
do
me
this.
repeat. We can't hear the AI. I didn't hear the AI. That means it's not okay.
It's
It's
not,
not
that means that's the thing. If you're on like a recording and I'm unable to hear. So let's do the chat then. Because you can also chat with it instead. So let's switch to chat mode. But that means you'll be able to hear it. So start chat. So let me ask it the same thing again. So what are your shipping times? So you can see. So instead of it hallucinating, it got this answer because I provided it that knowledge base. You can see. So standard delivery takes 3 to 7 business days. Express delivery is 1 to 3 business days. Free shipping for that's above 50,000. I can see the same thing to tell the customer too. Standard blah blah blah. So this type of voice AI project that like increasing demand, like increasing crazy
All right.
demand. So let's say I want to ask another question now. Let's say
Can I ask about the free shipping?
I asked about free shipping already. They already provided that. So let's do this one. So what should I do if I receive a damaged item? Let me just paste that here. What should I do if I receive a damaged item? And if I send, so please contact support within 48 hours of receiving your package. You see, please contact, make sure to include clear photos of the damaged item so you can assist to replacement or refund. So let's see whether this is accurate again. Contact support within 48 hours of receiving your package with clear photos for replacement or refund. So you can see. So let's run down again. Do you deliver outside Nigeria? And these things, you might see them that just like that and just like that. See, I've actually charged for like $700 to do something like this. Although that was much more complex than this, right? But it's still the same basic principle. So like there's also so much money to be made. And the $700 saved was because I was just starting this field then. No way I was just starting it. I never know how to price properly. So currently Lunar Cat ships only within Nigeria, blah blah blah. But again, it's getting that from the knowledge base I provided. See, currently Lunar Cat ships only within Nigeria, but plans to expand regionally soon. So this is like how voice AI works, right? And again, but you don't have to take my word for it. Just go to Upwork, or if you know about any, like I said, Upwork is a freelancing platform. Just search for automation. You see, there's just I don't even get tired. Like there's crazy demand. So there's someone that is hardworking, and Upwork is kind of expensive, right? Because you have to buy connect. But there's LinkedIn, there's a whole lot where you can just look for these gigs and see if once you know it and you know how to like, sell yourself, you will literally like the sky is your starting point, right? So this is basically how voice AI works. Some they are but again, this is like I've said, this is a very simple one. If you want to build for, finance will require more than this, more often than not. This one is just a simple, very simple customer support agent where to just answer customers' questions. usually clients might want to also like book. Actually, for instance, now I built one for a dental clinic where they wanted to like remind their clients about appointments. So the agents will call those numbers and will tell them, oh, yeah, don't this is am I speaking with this person? You have an appointment with us for 5 p.m. tomorrow. Do you have any questions? Just like that. And there's some too that are built where it's for restaurants for them to book that table. So you can actually call that agent and oh, I want to book a table for 6 p.m. Next Tuesday and book a VIP reservation, and the agents will actually go and book it for you, right? So like there's just crazy demands for it. There's crazy demands. You can sell this to e-commerce stores, people that sell online. You can sell it to basically every business has a customer support. So you can like I said, the demand is just crazy because almost every business has a customer needs a customer support. In almost every business, people have queries, people have complaints. So imagine like the demand is just very crazy, right? The demand is very, very crazy. So that is one. But now, sometimes some people don't want voice AI platforms. For some people, they just want a WhatsApp. Like for instance, now let's say you are selling something. Most likely provide the WhatsApp number that people can reach out to you on in case they have any query. So same way too, this thing that we just did now, you can also create it that okay, instead of them calling and it's an AI that is speaking, you can just have a WhatsApp bot, or you can have some people Telegram bot, some people Slack, some people it can be on their website where clients can actually interact, the same way you message a WhatsApp number. Sorry, I'm not getting my order. What's taking time? You can create something like that, right? You can create something like that. I think I did it's just a quick demo here. Let me just show you guys. Is it so this one is a bit much more complex, and again, is it this one? I don't think it's this one. So this one is a bit more complex, but these are all things that again we'll discuss in the course coming, right? So this is just a masterclass to just show you what is possible. But there's a main course where you are going to talk all of this in details and basically how to like build all of these things and use it to like sell um to clients, right? So this is an AI agent. Let me zoom in a bit. So this is an AI agent. So you might have been hearing about AI agent. So AI agent basically is just like the same way you have ChatGPT. This is an AI, right? But for AI agent just don't have well, let me first start. Okay, so an AI agent is just imagine you have ChatGPT, but that ChatGPT can do things for you. So you say, oh, ChatGPT, send this person an email, to send that person an email. And ChatGPT, what email did I get today to shoot that email for you? ChatGPT, okay, help me call this person, help me do this person. Now, if ChatGPT can do that, it becomes an AI agent. So an AI agent is just an AI that has the ability to use tools. You get an AI agent is just an AI with the ability to use tools to perform functions, right? And that's what you are seeing here. So here you can see. Let me show you from scratch, so you see what I'm talking about. So I just come here and search for AI agents here. You would see. So so you can see this is what it looks like. Yeah, I've already connected some things, but this is what the B one looks like. So here you can see a chat model. Chat model is like, okay, don't connect OpenAI is ChatGPT. So you can see on this side here. Just look at the different AI models, right? And that's what I'm telling you. An AI agent is just basically an AI with the ability to use tools, right? So I subscribe to this open router. So I'm going to click on that, and so I've connected the AI now. So for this AI agent to what I'm telling you is that you can see here the model is ChatGPT 4.1 mini. But I can select other models, right? So if I want GPT-4, I can select anyone I want. If I want Claude, let me search for Claude. So you can see, right? I can search for anyone. So that's basically the AI. There's GPT-5, which is latest from AI, OpenAI. That is the current update, GPT-5. Right. So let's say I want to select this one, just for an example. Or let's use this one, this 4.1 mini. Now you can see now it is game that I also connect it to, right? It's not compulsory you always have to use tools. But if you need an AI agent, it's usually because you want that AI to perform an action for you. So that's why it has provided a space for tool here. And you can see there are so many tools. Let's want to build an AI agent to send someone an email, right? I'll just connect the Gmail tool, and the same way too, the same way like how this is the first instance. I can just type in my email here. I can just type in my email, blah blah blah. This text. you know. So now now what I've just done now is I've given it the model to use, which is this one here. Okay, use this model, and this is a tool. So I just entered the Gmail tool. A Gmail, so let's want to build an AI agent to like answer, like to send people email, right? This is how I'll just do it. And but now look at here, this AI agent doesn't have. I need to chat with it now. Okay, this is what I want to help me do. So I provide an input where I'll pass that information. For instance, now you can go to your ChatGPT and just type. So that's like there's an interface to provide the inputs. This one I can see, unlike here, there was something entering into it. This one doesn't have anything entering, so there's no way I can chat with it. But let's say now, let me just disconnect this and come and connect it here now. So this is like me giving it how I can chat with this AI agent. Well, so if I open it up for you, you would see here. Let me just quickly show you something. So you can see a system message. Now, there are two types of prompts generally. Here you can see here, source for prompt, user message. Usually there's a user prompt and a system prompt. Again, when you are chatting your ChatGPT, what you are telling it is your user prompt. Like that is what you, the user, you are providing. Help me do this, create a post, let me research on this. That is a user prompt. But now on the back end, right? The developers, they program ChatGPT to you to do some things or not do some things. They provide a message that okay, so ChatGPT, these are how you're meant to behave. Like what I showed you here on like all of these things. But now they do their own now for ChatGPT. ChatGPT is global now, so their own will be much more like extensive. I know I haven't told you to write AI agents, to write prompt for AI agents is usually more than this, right? Which I'm going to cover in the main course. This is just like I said, this is the introduction. But in the main course, we go in detail. Usually there's something called Markdown. There's Markdown language, which usually it helps AI agents perform better, right? So in the main course, we talk about at length about all of this. There's so much more about prompts than this. So they would have provided ChatGPT like a whole lot of that, which you also are not seeing. Also, I want to just chat with ChatGPT. That's what we call the system prompts. Okay, see, it allows, and the essence of that is because I told you this AI they can do so much, right? But because they can do so much, it needs to like structure how what the things they do and the things that they must not do. Imagine like how there's one time that Elon Musk had to suspend Grok because Grok leaked or Grok really made a racist statement. And after that, you can start a suspended Grok from X. So people who access Grok, they have to make some updates. What they went to go and do is to adjust system message. Because again, system message is what allows AI to like guide the behavior of that AI model. Because in life, just because you can do anything doesn't mean you should do everything, right? Just because you can do something, that doesn't mean I want you to do it, right? So like what enables you to like guide the behavior, what enables you to like structure how the AI behaves, what it does, what it must do, how it should do it is called the system message. So here now, because I've said that, okay, see, I want to be able to like, send, let's say for instance, I want to send email to someone, but I don't want to draft the message myself. Let's quickly do a quick demo again. uh okay, so let's see. Let me just I've not done it just for reference, right? See, I've not provided any message. This was the default that came with it. This is the default message that came with it. I've not done anything. I want to just test to see it will still get what I want it to get. So let's see, send. Let me just copy my email. I'm not typing it again. But usually building for clients, nobody will be typing emails like this. There's a way we build it. But again, because for this class and because of time, right? I'm just using the email like this. Usually for clients, I mean, why am I builds, all the client payment now, say align them, you send it, put in the email like this. Usually for if you want to build for a client, right? I'll add the contact database so that the client just say message, send an email to Damola to ask how he's doing. It will just do that automatically. The client will need to provide Damola's email, right? So, but here, because again, this is just a raw build. I've not fine-tuned anything yet.
Okay, but before
So,
then, there have to be something that has Damola on it so that it can locate the email on the database.
and but that, guys, so we're not doing that here because of time.
All right.
We'll cover that in the main course. But again, I don't guess just show you what is possible, right? That's why I'm doing this directly,
All right.
and that's why I'm giving
All
the email directly here. Yes,
right. All right. Thank you.
yes. So again, you can see initially I've not provided any prompt. To, so let's see. So yeah, it's showing that it has done. It's showing that it has, let me see what it is saying here. The email, blah blah blah, has been sent. Let's confirm. Let's confirm. So
Yes, please.
I just refresh. Is someone asking a question? So here it's saying, okay. Hi Roland, no going to check in. Hope everything is going well. Blah blah blah. So you can see how I didn't. I just say send the check in message, but actually it structured something for me. And this is just a very raw one. You can see I didn't even do anything at all. I didn't provide any system prompts here. I just did the default. Everything is the default. But again, you can always fine tune this thing. So how to fine tune everything. This one too. No client wants to be saying something like this, right? No client wants to be saying. Imagine someone sending an email and saying this email. Nobody wants to know it was sent using anything. So usually we remove this, right? Let me just quickly show you. Usually we remove this. We don't because nobody wants to be saying that it was sent using that. You know. But again, this also show you what is possible, right? It's also show you what is possible. That, okay, see. For building for clients now, we do much more than this. So you don't even build this for yourself, You don't, I mean, you want to fine tune it very, very well to make sure it is very optimal. So if I execute it again now, you won't see that you won't see that you won't see this thing. This thing that is showing this email was sent, blah blah blah. Nobody wants to be seeing that in their email. So execute the workflow.
Sorry. Quick one.
Is someone saying anything?
So yeah, I was asking if it's also possible to turn it off if you are using the free version.
Sure. Definitely. The free
Right.
version, you have access to everything, right? You have access to everything, but it's just and it's just like just for 2 weeks. That's all.
Yeah.
After 2 weeks, then they will demand you to pay. But again, most people they just again it helps that once you just use a new email, right? It works. So just do
Okay.
use a new email and do it again. So
Okay.
you can do that. You can do it for a full year like that. So just be anytime you can just create and there's temp. Is it this temp? There are these temp mail platforms that work sometimes. So you can use that to get a new email and to sign up, and you have the next 2 weeks free again before it expires. So I'm coming. I was trying to show you. Let me save this and let me just refresh. Then I actually built. So I have a personal assistant, an AI personal assistant. After this, I'll show you like what that looks like. But then the build is much more complex than all of this one, right? But I mean, I can't build that right now because it's so much. So execute. Okay. Let me just send this. Okay, so the check-in email has been sent. If you need any further assistance, blah blah blah. So let's check now. So don't forget that I already removed that stuff. So you can see here now, this one doesn't have that one that thing had. But again, when you all of this, because usually now I wouldn't want an email to be sent like this. It should be well paragraphed, right? So all of that is we'll cover that in prompt engineering, because it is behaving like this now because I've not done anything at all. Everything is just the default I used. I didn't touch this. This is what came with it. This is what came with it. Normally you come and engineer your prompt here so that it behaves much more, at least it's just better. So I want to just quickly show you guys so I built this personal assistant, right? And this personal assistant, it can do a whole lot for me. It can check my calendar, it can send an email, it can, like, I've not connected some things yet, but it can do research, it can auto post for me. My one's like, oh, create a tweet and send it to X, it does that. Yeah, basically. So let's quickly test that, right? Let's test the calendar function first. So let me just go to my Google Calendar here. So we'll be seeing everything in real time. Google Calendar. Okay. So you can see here in my calendar, right? This is just a call by 5 p.m. that is there. For this is today, Saturday, right? So throughout is just one event. So let's say I want to ask you that, okay, so what events do I have for today? So all I need to just do is so let's say, you know, so now to go and check that my calendar to check what events I have, and then it will tell me, okay, see, this is the event you have, blah blah blah. And this current personal assistant, so you can see now you have one event today, call, which the title is a call, time from 5 to this. He provided me a link, attend, this is just me, which is the same thing I have here, right? Because it is a call, which is this thing. You can see it's a call by 5 p.m. You can see call 5 p.m., 5 to 5:30, which is the same thing. So let's say I want to say, okay, see, I'll be book and let's say I want to book an event. That's not mean booking on going to that my Google Calendar to do it myself. I can just chat with it. And it also has a voice note. I don't have to necessarily chat. Sometimes nobody wants to send voice notes. It also has voice note capability too. So I can just tell it, okay, this is what I want you to do. So let's say schedule a run. Let's say schedule a run. I'm using that time. I'm using 5 p.m. For 8 p.m. Okay. So you see it will go and book that event for me in my calendar. So schedule a run for 8 p.m. today. And usually this same thing like this, right? There was someone now that I reached out that someone reached out on LinkedIn, like a client reached out to LinkedIn that he should help her, but he should build this for the clients. And people were asking how much do I think she should charge the clients, right? And I was like, oh, because what the clients wanted, you can so done, I've created blah blah blah, so I can choose whether click on the link here, or I can again if I go to you see the same thing you will see. So let me you can see now run by 8 to 9 p.m. You can see that. And everything is automatically instead of you coming here and start clicking create and doing everything. And to people that are very busy, to business people, like these things, it's just like a holy grail. If they see it like this, they will jump on it because imagine not having to or even hiring maybe someone to help you to manage all these things. You can just literally from the comfort of your phone. And it doesn't have to be Telegram, right? I don't be Telegram one. It can also be WhatsApp where you just chat with it, and it can also delete. Let me ask you to delete it now. You can see, let's say you want to delete this run, right? It can delete it too. So, or let me ask you to just move it. So move the run to 10 p.m. instead. So all of this, right, is they are just things that really helps you and just just helps you to just market yourself and at least change situations, because selling this or talking about all of these things, especially on platforms like LinkedIn, where at least you have a lot of recruiters, right? So you can see all set your blah 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 has been moved to. So let's go and confirm that. You confirm that now, so you can see initially it was 8 to 8 p.m. You can see it has moved to 9 p.m. I got those calendar. I told you it has a lot of things. So let's see, it's also an email. It has a lot of function, not just calendar. So I can say what was my last, because I sent myself an email one time. So let's see what was my last email from Damola. So your branding up here shortly, so you guys can just ask some few questions. I want to just feel like these things, how there's just so much you can do. There's so much. There's so much. Like the possibilities are endless. So you can see here's the most recent email from Damola, and so I have two emails, right? So this I use this email to send this other email. So it was how are you doing? And you can have that it is a lie that this is did it come up with this itself or something. So let's go and confirm that it actually retrieved. So if I go back to this is my email. Let's see you can see from Damola, right? Damola that doing so you can see, and this was the actual email. How are you doing? And which is the email that it got. So that asks, would you like me to reply? It's the same. If you want you to reply, it also replies. So again, like the possibilities with workflow automation, it is endless, and it's just gradually now because some Nigerian companies they reached out to me, reached out to some of my colleagues of them build. I think some of you that know this Adefe, I think she even talked about it, right? Where she wanted to talk about building a chatbot on her. If you check her X, maybe that was last week or is it last week, early this week? So Nigerians are actually like gradually demanding. Sometimes these things Nigerians don't easily adopt it, but it's like slowly entering the Nigerian market. There's one of my colleagues that works for a Nigerian company as their automation expert. So gradually they're entering the Nigerian market. So there's still time to learn and position yourself because next year again it only gets better, right? There'll be more and more demand. So you just learning again is a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. There's the demand. It's in terms of demand. It's not something you learn and I'm gonna see. If you're not getting gigs, usually again there's time, right? There's a part of time. Okay, I just take time, but usually you definitely get gigs. So let me entertain questions here. So if you have any question, yeah, you can ask your questions. We've come to the end of the masterclass. And again, there's so much work automation than what I discussed here, which we'll be discussing in the main course. So there's a main course after this where we'll talk at length, we build loads of things. I'll show you the possibilities. So yeah, there's a main course for that, which again, if you're interested in that, you can just reach out to I think Mr. Alfred. We can just discuss that and we'll do it. Definitely. I don't know when it's starting exactly, but I can all confirm that with Mr. Alfred. So yes, your questions.
All right. Thank you so much, Damola.
Yes.
My question now is that, assuming let's say you have a client that wants you to set up a welcome message via email to like his or her subscribers. How are you going to
Okay.
do about it? Would you need access to his Gmail and all of that? Like, what are the information that you would require from the client to
Oh,
proceed
okay.
that kind of automation?
Oh, okay. Yeah, very good question actually. So yes, so look at what I built now. So because I knew that, so let me go back to this. So let me go back to that one I did, that form one. So usually, right, to build anything, usually it's preferable you tell clients this anything they will need to subscribe on their own self. Because imagine you don't want to pay the $25 and clients you now use the free version to help them build. It means another 2 weeks, because after 2 weeks now they will like you won't be able to do anything. So usually you tell clients, and again this is where logic mapping. See what I did here. Where is that stuff? Where I first I don't even find it now. Where I first checked what is the manual process. I'm coming. I'll find it again. So usually, if a client come and ask you to do anything, the first thing is to ask them, what do you want to build? Like, be very, very sure. Because it's whatever they tell you, that's what will make you know what you ask of them. So this one, in this particular instance now, you said that, okay, you want to send an email whenever a subscriber, like subscriber B. That means number one, the very first thing I'll need to tell that client, see, and what we'll be building is this, and we're going to use this platform. So you need to subscribe $25 every month. Now, when they subscribed, this anything allows you to share access, right? Because that'll be like your next question. I mean, how would I now like would I be on my own and then send it to them, or would I be on their own system? So it's two ways, right? You can either build it on your own, which I'm building. Once you build it on your own like this, let me show you something. So you can download it and send them as a file, and then you can see this download option here. What that means is to download all of this thing as a file. So that when you now go to their own platform, you just choose this import from file and you import it, and this exact same thing will appear on their own system. But if you want to build it on your own platform first, anything allows you to share access such that you can have access to their own platform. So when they subscribe, they'll share you their like an admin access. So you can build it directly on their own platform. So for this one now, the client will need to provide you an email, right? You need to ask, okay, client, so what's the email you want to be sending the something, right? So let's say or let's say that means this place that, because the message is to send from one email now, so then they want to provide you that email, that okay, the email that will be sending the messages to the subscribers, the client will provide it for you here. Now the clients can say, okay, see, I want a specific type of email to be sent. So here now, this message, what this thing means, what I did there was to allow the AI send the message. But if the clients want a custom message, I'll just come and type that message here in this particular place, such that once the person fills that form, automatically the email is sent to them. So I hope I answer the question, Moses.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
All right. So another question. Sorry, I didn't get that too.
So I have a question. It's
Okay.
around this email automation, right? Like someone fills the form and receives a welcome email. So there are tools that currently do that, like MailChimp.
Sorry, please. Others, can you mute yourself? I don't know, someone is speaking. Please, others, mute yourself so that I can hear the person that is speaking very well. Okay,
Okay.
so that was something speaking now, so you can continue,
Yeah.
please.
So I said there are tools that currently do that, right? Tools like all these MailChimp, I think
Mm-hmm.
MailLite. How
Okay.
is this different from those tools? Does it offer any additional functionality that those tools don't have?
No. Thank you. It's a very nice question, actually. So there's this anything does, like I said, does a whole lot, but there's some specific tools that does all of these things specifically too. No problem. Like even this one, this email automation, Airtable does it too. So you see the same way that when they fill the form too, it's the same way that, so you can do it the same way you do it anything. You can do it in MailChimp, you can do it in Airtable too. You get, so it's the same, but anything does has a whole lot. On those one, for MailChimp, you can only automate. I don't know what I think it's just about email automation. But anything, I've showed you like three different things we can do. There's email automation, there's customer support, there's Telegram personal assistant. There's so much. Like, see, the projects are endless. Just go to Upwork, you will see there's so much you can do. So yeah, but it's still like it's still the same email automation that you do on those same platform that you're doing on this anything too. Sure you get.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
All right, yes. So next question, please. With someone on the chat, someone said, how can I record myself with my laptop while carrying out this task? You can, yeah, there are different recording platforms. There's Loom, there's Loom, there's OBS Studio where you can do a live recording. You can record yourself as you're building. So you can just try any of those. All right, so Olutoye Akintola, I can see you raising your hands. Ask a question, please.
Okay, thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
Good afternoon, and thank you for your sacrifice. Let me put it that way.
Oh, no problem.
so, so on my part, I quite understand it to some level, but
Okay.
the practical aspect of it is I would like to get the video, so I will go through it and over again to be able to practicalize it, because sometimes this screen is a little bit tiny. So by the time I watch the video, then I can see how I can improve on myself, because like a broad something that you can do on your own.
And so
It's
I
a
think
very
just
big.
Mr. Alfred would, I think for that, since I said this particular recording,
Mm,
just ask I think Mr. Alfred will make provisions for that. But again,
yes,
what we just done today here is just the surface, right? Like there's so much,
yes.
and again, so but to access this particular one, yeah, I think just discuss with Mr. I think we'll make
Because I got the
provisions.
first aspect of filling form, then sending it to CRM, that is Google Form, then thereafter sending mail. So I got that
Yes, yes.
aspect very well. But the subsequent one, you need to sit down and think more often than just
Yeah,
concluding.
yeah,
Yes.
no
So,
problem, no problem. So just
so
I think that's how we recorded so that you can just go through it. But again, right, we didn't
yeah,
do so much of building because again to build some of all these in-depth ones, it takes a lot of time. And I mean today this
it
was
takes
it meant to be
time.
2 hours class exactly. So it's meant to be just 2 hours class.
Mm,
But in the main course, we are going to build like practicals. You see them and basically everyone to even
mm.
know how to build it yourself, right? So but at
That
least
is
for this
the
class one,
that is the major thing. That
okay,
is
all
the
right, no
major
problem.
thing.
Yeah, no
Okay.
problem.
Thank you, sir. Mm.
We need to we, we need to round up. Yeah, I can hear you. Well, we need to round up. Do you have a question or would you type instead? Okay. We need to round up. Oh, thank you very, very much. Thank you very much for these sections. It's quite very good. You can stop sharing your screen at the Damola so that my screen I can pick it up
Okay,
from
okay.
there. I want to share my screen. I want to share. Yeah. So, for our training, we have our AI automation and prompt engineering training, and that will be starting officially soon. Okay. So the, the cost of the training is 100K. I can hear you. The cost of the training is 100K, and we're currently, yes, we're offering discount to everybody that are currently on the call right now. I believe you can hear me, right? Okay, I can hear you. I can hear you. So the cost of the training is 100K. If you can see my screen. Okay, how do you integrate if you create? Somebody asked the question, I think from the others, other group right now. I said if we integrate NH and how do we incorporate WhatsApp to it? These are things that you will learn in the course of the training because we won't like to dwell much on that right now. But let me just run you through our prompt engineering and AI automation training. Our training is starting on the 15th of this month, hands-on practical intensive, and it runs for 6 weeks. Yes, 4 to 5 week thorough class. And at the end of the training, we're giving you a robust capstone project to work on that you'll be presenting at the end of the training. And Damala is one of the lead trainer regards to this that will also be taking the training. So you're going to learn automation and not just automation, how to even get gig, position yourself because the goal of a lot of people that are on the call is how to get international gig with automation. So it's a 6 weeks training that runs virtually Saturdays and Sundays and on practical intensive training. I've dropped series of messages via the WhatsApp group right now, so you can click on it and you can join the class group, or you can send us a DM on the official WhatsApp that has been sent to the group right the call right now. So you can send us a DM. And that's another thing. And for those that have one or two questions via the group, you can also ask your question. We're dropping the bank details there. For our training, it's important that I mention this. For you to get our certificate, you must participate in the training and you must present your capstone project because we give capstone project to the student. And this capstone project help us to validate your knowledge. What this means is that we'll be giving you a project to work on. We'll be giving you a brief and you'll be assuming you are an AI automation and prompt engineering specialist working for a brand in US or UK, and you'll be building an automation from A to Z. This section we have is like a teaser section. That section will be more hands-on practical intensive. I'll be going from beginners, mid-level, and to advanced level. And I can tell you for a fact that with the training experience, because we also be doing an aspect for personal branding, we'll be teaching you on how to get a job, leveraging Upwork, Fiverr. That one I'll be sharing the experience, and you'll be positioning yourself to get a job. It's important I also mention is I'll be using N8N for this platform. At the end of the training, the way I'm sharing my screen, the way I'm presenting right now, that is the way you'll be presenting the brief that I'll be giving to you, and you must work on it individually. You must see your automation, you must see the problem you're trying to solve, you must show the problem flow, and it must work. For problem engineering, we know that Sora, there is a bit of limitation regards to Sora right now in terms of African usage. But I have Sora on my system, but I got it from a friend in US right now. So we are looking to integrate other things that we can do, because prompt engineering is a very, very big one right now. I know a guy in Nigeria right now, he earns close to $1 million and is working as a prompt engineering person. So this is a combo course, AI automation and prompt engineering. These, so I didn't get that. Okay, I'm unable to hear him. So we are bringing these two courses together. So we are offering 10% discount to everybody that have attended this section. I will send a message to the group. I will send a message to the group so that you can make payments and you can start preparing for the class starting next week, because we have an onboarding section on Saturday and the first class is on Sunday, where you'll be meeting with Ade Damola, Damola rather. So you have this up. This is the last question. This is the last question we'll be taking right now. And it's up. What do you want to ask, please? Can you go ahead? What are the time? The time for the classes. So Saturday 12 to 3, Sunday 2 to 5. Saturday 12 to 3, Sunday 2 to 5. We might not use up to 3 hours because of how technical, how deep, and how hands-on the training is. So please send us a message today and join the class group. Send us a message today and join the class. Is there installment payment? Yes. You can pay twice for the training. You can pay twice for the training. Yes. I think I've been able to answer a lot and a lot of questions. Yes, you'll be getting the recordings at the end of the section. I send it to the training to everybody. Yes, you'll be getting the link at the end of the session. The training cost is 100K. Yeah, you'll be getting the link at the end of the training, and the training cost is 100K. The training cost is 100K. You'll be getting the link at the end of the session. The training cost is 100K, and you'll be getting the other things that are quite very, very important after the training. Please, after being anything, how do we integrate it to what to website? These are things you get to learn in the course of the section. Strictly and on practical intensive, we'll be giving you capstone project to work, and you must be able to defend and present the capstone project to be able to get our certificate. We are also accredited by CPD in United Kingdom right now. So how many days? It's strictly Saturdays and Sundays. It's strictly Saturday and Sunday. So if you can see my screen, if I scroll down, you will be able to see the breakdown of the curriculum. Yeah, so I can send this to the chat section so that we can see the breakdown of the curriculum. The breakdown of the curriculum, so you can see the breakdown of the curriculum. Saturdays and Sundays, 12 to 3, strictly 2 to 3 hours on Saturday and 2 to 3 hours on Sunday. So I'd like to appreciate everybody. Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join this section. You'll be getting a mail soon, and you'll be getting the recordings for the section soon via mail, and the registration link to join EvolveHQ Masterclass starting soon. Yes. Yeah, someone is at 100K. Someone is at all more. Okay. Thank you, everyone. And cheers. Thank you, Ali Damola. Damola, we are so, so grateful. And we're so, so happy to have you on the call. Let me drop the link for the very last time, so anybody interested can click and join the class group today. Thank you, everyone, and have a great weekend. Please don't forget, our training, you must present to get our certificates, like it's strictly hands-on practical intensive. Adi Damola will also be teaching us how to get a job on Upwork and Fiverr going forward, how to get a job, not just, oh, I've done this training, can you get a job? Because you need to be able to start applying. So meaning that you also be learning about personal branding, Upwork, LinkedIn optimization, how to build your portfolio alongside this. And when you're going to meet recruiters, you're going to meet them with you're going to meet them with what you've learned in the training, which forms your portfolio, You're not going to meet recruiters with, oh, I've done this. No, you would be able to show evidence regards to what you've been able to do. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Adedamola, do you have a parting word for us, like a big word for us that you're leaving us with? Are you still on the call? Damola, please, are you there? Okay, he's not there again. Okay. Thank you, everyone. and have a great weekend. See you in class. Bye. Bye, everyone.